Welcome out to the Nerd Effect News Show. We are on episode number...
Your mom.
30. Mom. 31, technically.
So is 30 Mom, is this like a new 30 Rock spinoff?
I never watched 30 Rock.
Neither did I.
But,
I did a little bit because it was usually the only thing on when it was on.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not that great.
It's
amazing
how this derails before he was even.
I know.
You're welcome.
I am one of your anchors, Dustin Van Coor, joined by my buddies.
Micah Morgan.
Mason Ireland.
Nikki, look, a squirrel, Prindle.
Yay! The gang is back.
Guess who's back?
In the saddle again.
Back again. Nerds are back.
Back.
Tough friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Thanks, Slim Shady. Just off the top of the show, I want to throw a couple things out there. One, Mike and I spent some time with Alkali Lake and Zabricus. Both are a couple of cosplayers, one of them local here in town, and Zabricus, who came up from Sandy, Utah, I believe. Did a photo shoot with a local photographer who I've finally was able to talk to. I've admired some of his work on Facebook for a while, named J. Kenneth Photography. And we hung out with them. So from that, we were able to. We got two things out. We got one more coming. Our podcast, the last Nerd Effect Core podcast, is our interview with both of them. And we also have a YouTube video that's just kind of a behind the scenes, just kind of a super cut, about 2.5 minutes long of our experience there and how the photography went. And if you stay till the end of it, there's a fun little tribute to Mr. Rogers. 'Cause it's always a beautiful day in the neighborhood. But so go check that out on our YouTube channel and go listen to the last podcast. It was a good time. So yeah, that's what's new.
Yes.
Huzzah.
Yay.
They were very, very hot.
Huzzah.
Huzzah indeed.
Huzzah.
Huzzah
Huzzah
indeed.
and hooray.
And go check out all their social media links.
They were very, very hot, and I was very well behaved. You'll be proud.
I follow her on Instagram and was pretty sad that I wasn't able to make it.
Yeah, her Deadpool cosplay is spot on. Actually, I'm sorry, Harley Pool.
Yes.
Which is what
Yeah.
it was. And then Mike's, I'm guessing personal favorite was the Tick.
That one's pretty good.
Imagine female Tick in a corset.
Spoon!
And which she did that specifically for our buddy Dan Feldmeyer for his booth.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was pretty awesome. So yeah. So go check them out. They're good people and delightfully awesome. So anyway, what's new with you guys?
It's been a weird-ass week.
It has been a weird ass week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had lots of older women hitting me when I'm on the phones at work.
Wait, hitting you?
Hitting you or
Hitting
hitting on
on
you?
me.
Okay, you said hitting
Oh, you said
you?
hitting you.
I said I was
Which-
meant to say hitting on me. I don't know what I
Is
said.
that a new technology we don't know
That
about
means
yet?
that you're as awkward about getting hit on as I am because you're like, they were hitting me.
like the
No, it's just weird because I'm sitting there trying to, be professional.
like your
They're
phone
probably
headset.
open for flirt discounts.
Like your phone headset has like haptic feedback, so the more angrier they get, the more your headphone just like starts punching you in the eardrum. Like,
Yeah, that'd be a great idea for customer service lines.
I don't know. I guess my sweet, sweet vocals were just tickling their clitoris.
Oh, God. Fucking balls, dude.
Hey, I've been saving that one for you guys all week.
What? How many opportunities have you had to use it? If you're saving it.
have you been doing anything fun or interesting with your free time?
Nah, just working.
I hear you.
Need to work.
Indeed. Mason?
Not much has been going on. Just kind of there.
Playing anything new or relevant lately?
Playing a lot of League.
Oh yeah, how are your melee characters doing?
I've reverted back to my ranged self. Still playing them a little bit, but mostly back to ranged. Because fuck gap closing.
For those of you who understand, I'm sure you understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like crickets in my ears right now.
Because
I've-
y'all are lame and don't play League.
Sorry. Way to be mean about it.
Just truthful.
I thought you loved me.
We had was special.
And now we know who the drama queens are.
Dustin.
Yeah.
Don't.
Insert witty comment here.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I need an autofill. Like,
We just need like a witty comeback button for you when we break your brain.
just give me one of those air horns. That's all. Oh, that'll be my witty comeback.
No. I think both the producers of and the audience of this podcast appreciate having eardrums.
Oh, I agree.
Mine aren't even that great, but I'd like to keep what I have, please.
Yeah. Nikki,
Yes.
how's your week?
It was
Or
good.
your last couple weeks, I guess.
It's been good. It's been good. I finally catching up to 2002 and playing some Metal Gear.
Awesome.
I'm really bad at it, but it's so much fun.
Oh, I still need to bring you the PS1 card.
My neighbor Jacob gave me Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I was really pumped about it. And the disc won't read, so I'm kind of bummed out.
Oh.
So I'm gonna have to go buy it now. But
You had that problem with another disc, too.
yeah, it could be the PlayStation itself. But
I'm also just going to put it out there. It's maybe that these games are well over 15 years old, and DVDs and CDs don't necessarily last forever.
it's true. I've been thinking about getting one of those really cool old school like CD polishing kits.
With the little, like,
Hooking that shit up. Yep.
I bought one of those from Blockbuster back in the day, man.
I don't
So
even
do
know if
they
they
even
work.
make those anymore?
Probably.
I don't know.
Amazon has everything.
They make the laser brushes for your players.
Oh, do they? I might get one of those too.
You get a like it's like a DVD. You stick it in your player.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's-
I had
it's
one of
a-
those.
It's an audio test, and it's got a little brush.
Little
sticking
brushes
out,
in the yeah.
Yep.
Those things actually work really well. I had a DVD player that was super shitty, and every time it would stop working, I'd pop in one of those. But yeah, no, and I went to a Harry Potter party last night.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I got hit on by ladies. It was
Nice.
pretty sweet. There was totally a Harry Potter themed burlesque before it. There was a woman who did a Moaning Myrtle performance
Oh, I'm sure that went well.
with a toilet seat that was painted silver and had fur on it. And at one point, she holds it above her head and gold glitter comes showering down upon her. It was I'm Only Happy When It Rains is the song that she was doing it to.
Oh!
It was amazing. And then somebody else did one as Malfoy, and she had the tassels on her boobies, and she was making them spin. And I looked down at my table that I'm hanging out with, and all of us are just like, oh god, that looks like it hurts. Because she had very large chesticles, and was having to get a lot of motion going to get those things spinning. It was awkward.
Our buddy,
Were they at least in the correct Slytherin house colors?
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
and everyone was fantastic. Moaning, you just reminded me though. Moaning Myrtle's pasties had little toilet paper rolls that actually dispensed. It was the fucking greatest moment of my life. Like that was, it was so good.
yeah, I say our buddy Verna would have been right at home with her Voldemort.
I know, and I was actually there with Amanda, who knows Verna, and we were talking about that to people because then they played Dark Lord Funk later.
Yeah,
And it was really funny. Yeah, made me laugh.
sweet.
It was really fun. There were a lot of people there, though. Like, a lot. But if you're local and looking for good nerdy beer, the balcony has Star Wars-themed beer on tap.
What's it called?
Well, the one I got was Rebel Porter, but they also had other ones. I just really like dark beer.
Imperial Stout. That feels like I feel like I've heard that before.
I think that is a thing.
Imperial Stout is a thing, but not as in the Empire,
Wars.
Star Wars Empire. It's a type of stout.
Yeah. I wouldn't know. I'm not a beer drinker.
I think they should just do IPA, Imperial Pale Ale.
It was pretty tasty, though, so that was fun. Good nerdy night.
Sweet.
Rocked my wand made by our buddy Casey. The
Yeah,
Beast
yeah.
Clark. It's got a D20 on the end of it. It's pretty sweet. Got some nerdy compliments on that.
I was telling telling Nikki right before the show that she has that massive D20 and she should turn it into like a wizard staff.
Yeah, Casey, I'm going to be calling you about this. I don't know how big of a thing you can turn on your lathe, but I need like a hiking staff with a D20 on top of it. It's so bad.
You shall not roll.
Or people are like coming up behind me on the path, like, you shall not pass! It'd be good.
It would be good.
It'd be real good.
Just going up and down, not Camel's Back, but the
Reserve.
or the Table Rock.
Oh god, I hate Table Rock with a fiery passion, though. I hate that trail. Like, it's not.
I know, but there's so many hipsters, and
God,
of course the whole
awful.
North End is a bunch of hipster hikers.
It's awful. Like, there's no shade. It's all just dust. Like, when I'm hiking, I like pretty views. Maybe a little shade once in a while. A nice
Table Rock
babbling
provides
brook.
neither.
No, none of that. And then you get to the top and you want to die, and you still have to walk down! Yay!
Camel's Back is just as bad, though.
I don't do either of those.
Where do you go hiking?
I really like the Reserve. That's where Nomi and I were going a lot. Or I used to go up by Lucky Peak. There's a place called Foot Park, Foote. It's one of the oldest homesteads in Boise. Like, there's not a house there anymore, but it was the location of one. But there's like this really cool trail that goes back, and it does not take very long for you to feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. But you still get cell phone reception, so it's really nice. If you're up there by yourself and hear weird noises, you know.
Come get me.
Yeah. No, more like, if somebody kidnaps me,
Follow the GPS signal
feed
on my phone.
cat! Like, I found an antler up there and stuff. It's really cool, but a couple years ago, they built a fucking frisbee golf course up there. So now there's just frat boys, and they're trashing the place. Like, I grew up going there. My brother's rat is buried under a tree along that path. Like, I know. Like, there was a very meaningful place for us growing up, and it's just kind of turned into a shithole. It's very sad.
That's a bummer.
I don't remember why I went off on that.
Because I asked you where you went hiking.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of reminds me of something. So, I don't remember who, but somebody posted a picture on Facebook this last week. It was like, it shows these two people laying on the ground in a campsite. And there's just like tons and tons and tons of tents, like a whole, Hippieville kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's trash all over the ground. And the caption on the picture is something like, "This is the life," kind of thing, because you want to be like, hippies going out and camping
And
blah, blah,
trashing.
blah. And my comment on it was, so are they camping at a landfill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at first glance, you've seen like a few tents up front, and in the back, if you look closely, it's a whole bunch of other tents, like kind of going up along the hillside. But at first glance, it looks like a landfill. And then in the picture where these people are laying there, there's trash just laying around all over the place, and it's just like, what?
A lot of people really don't understand the impact that their individually packaged foods have on the environment.
Yeah.
And just the fact that it was somebody was purposely posting it as a, oh, this is the way I want to live kind of
Oh,
thing.
it wasn't
And
like
it's like,
a
it wasn't
tongue-in-cheek
ironic.
kind of thing?
No.
No. It was being honest, and I was like, yeah, because
Have fun
kind
camping
of
in the
boggled on that
landfill.
one. Yeah.
No thanks. I like baths. Not breathing in garbage air.
Yeah.
You.
Good times. How about you, buddy? How's things?
So what I'm probably guessing is that picture was either taken at like Coachella or
Dude, I heard some nasty stories about Coachella. Ugh. Not enough bathrooms, let's put it that way.
yeah.
No. Adult diapers, people.
Jesus, no. No. My
I
week,
see that going over really well at Burning Man, actually. Sorry. Continue with your story.
my last couple weeks have been fucking cray. I'm now a new fur daddy, which you can.
That
which
sounds bad.
really
Maybe
weird.
maybe that's a thing that shouldn't be said out loud, but just typed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am now the proud parent of a schnoodle.
Yes.
Tell him their schnoodle's name.
His name's Bowie. After the late great. He's pretty awesome.
I still haven't gotten to smush his face. Did you know that? I told Dustin if I didn't get to smush his face, we're fighting.
Yes, you're fighting.
Yeah.
There will be face mushing sometime, I'm sure.
How long have you had him?
A couple weeks, maybe.
I have not smushed his face once.
Sorry.
Meh.
Are you?
Dogs.
Are you sorry? No, dogs are great.
Congratulations on your poop and shit machine. I'm proud.
Dude, are cats any better?
They
And
do it in the box at least.
no, and that's fantastic. But, I mean, like, I had to go home sick on Thursday after an hour at work, and I walk in the door, and I just go plop down on my bed, and Circus, who isn't normally allowed in my room because he's stinky, just, like, comes back, he's like, "You need dog snuggles, don't you?" He just, like, eases his way up onto the bed and just, like, plops down and gives me snuggles. Like, there is something to be said about an animal that will let you hug it back. I'm just saying. I like both.
Dope.
He's a good dog.
He's real cute.
Mhm.
The pictures you post of him and Evie just kind of make my heart go pop.
Yeah, there is. We went to a McDonald's drive-thru earlier today, and we were coming home from the park, and little Bowie fell asleep in her lap in the backseat of the car. It's pretty cute.
That's
I posted a picture of that earlier.
That's adorable.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, my week. So yeah, new dog dad. We did the Zabricus and Alkali Lake thing, which was a pretty fun day. The night after, on a whim, I decided to go to the drink and draw that Mystery House put on.
Which I totally would have gone with you if I wasn't already working.
Yeah, I was totally in my pajamas and like.
I know. Like I said, it was like
snuggly,
seriously
so
a
you texted me
last
that.
minute decision. Like, I wouldn't have even gone probably if it weren't for the fact that Andrew texted me and was like, "Dude, John and I have we've been talking about some cross promotion and advertising stuff. We were hoping you might be able to come down and talk." I was like, "Okay." So,
Business brain Dustin's on the case.
yep. So yeah, there's that. And then I edited the video for our behind the scenes thing, and oh god, English 102 is gonna be the death of me. And I got plenty of college left, so I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do now. But so I was at work until 9
It ain't
o'clock.
the 400 classes that are hard. Just saying.
That's my thing though, because by the time you've hit the upper level classes, you're at least in something that you want to do, and you're probably going to put more effort into it. But yeah, this was I was here at work until 9 p.m. Brought my laptop with me, and then decided to type my paper on a Thursday night when it was due on Friday, and was here until 3 a.m.
He comes stumbling in the door because my new desk is by the door, and he just like comes stumbling up to my desk. I'm just like, what's
I gave
going
it
on,
the lamest
buddy?
like Frankenstein high five.
It was the shittiest high five of my life.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Which usually our high fives are of hand numbing and
proportions.
ear Durham popping.
Durham.
Drum.
You shut your face.
Oh.
But yeah, so it was weird. Yeah, you were a zombie.
Yeah, and I was actually dizzy standing up. Like, I had very, very little sleep that night.
Like big gulp sized coffee in hand. Yeah.
So yeah, that
So
happened.
moral of the story, finish your papers before they're due.
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty good moral.
I don't remember why I didn't do it up to that point, but I'm sure sleep had something to do with it.
Because toddler and puppy and wife and work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the other thing, is having a puppy is like basically having a second child.
Mm-hmm.
Can't put diapers on him either, so that's even...
You can.
Can.
And it's adorable. I follow
But
a
that's
page.
not proper training procedures.
I follow a page on Instagram called Goats of Anarchy, and it's this lady that rescues goats, and the baby goats are too little to be out with the regular goats, so they live in her house, which means they wear diapers. And to keep the diapers on, they put them in onesies. So it's just baby goats in fucking onesies with diaper butt. It's the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life.
Except for the goat part.
Goats freak me out, but when they're babies, they're actually pretty cute.
Okay.
Square pupils, just not right.
I do like the fact that I like the petrifying goats.
MC Frontalot has a rap about that.
Yeah.
It's called Scare Goats.
Yes. Sneak up behind them.
Oh, we should post a link to his website so people can listen to it. It's amazing.
Okay, look, if the people listening to this podcast don't know who MC Frontalot is,
No,
by
but
this,
I mean, I'm not saying they don't know who he is, but like his songs are free on his website, so they could go get it. and listen to it. And
There's
be
probably
like,
a
oh,
music
that's the
video
thing
for it
that
out there
you're
somewhere,
talking
too.
about. There's not.
Oh.
Unless there's a fan-made one.
And Megaran's coming to Boise. I think we brought that up once before.
Yes.
Maybe
But
I can
yeah.
actually see him this time.
Yeah, he's going to Treefort.
Oh, no, I'm not going to see him this time. Hipster Mecca, dude.
Yeah.
I actually feel really bad because Ange's birthday is on the 24th, which is right smack in the middle of Treefort, which means every year our friends say they're going to come do stuff with her for her birthday, and every year they forget because Treefort. And it's so shitty.
Yeah.
It's like, stop it. Stop it. Lasting friendships are more important than whatever band no one's heard of.
Yeah. But they're cool because no one's heard of them.
Oh, I heard this joke today. You ready?
Uh-oh. Yeah, sure.
How'd the hipster burn his tongue?
Oh, I know this one, so I'm not going to say.
Okay.
No idea.
He took a drink. Wait, no. Oh, I just spaced
He
the
drank
punch-
his coffee before it was cool.
Oh.
I have a really good joke that a
he
guy at
sipped his
Office
coffee.
Max told me, actually, because I was wearing my Star Wars Cats shirt.
Yeah.
He's like, that's a really cool shirt. Have you seen the new Star Wars yet? And I was like, heck yeah, I have like twice already. And he goes, okay, well, I have a really good joke for you. Do you want to hear it? I'm like, Star Wars joke? Yes. He's like, okay, so the cast and everyone is getting together and doing their first read-through of the script for The Force Awakens. And after they get through it, Mark Hamill pulls the director aside and says, can I have a word?
Oh.
Really? Blank stare?
Oh, I got it.
Okay. It's a really funny joke, and you didn't even, like, crack a bigger smile than usual, so it's fine.
Yeah, along those same notes, they're filming a new one now.
I know.
And still didn't have a word, which Mark Hamill pointed out in his
Yeah.
in his Facebook account. He's like, hashtag still no lines.
Did you guys see that they pulled Gambit?
Well, they didn't pull it. They
postponed
delayed it
Yeah.
again. It was supposed to come out in October. They delayed it because Deadpool did so well. Now they want to push the X-Men and Deadpool a little harder. But
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not in a hurry to see Channing Tatum as Gambit, but Gambit, man.
He's probably going to do a good job because he's, actually from the character's area.
Fucking Channing Tatum. Being from an area doesn't mean that you're going to be good at portraying that character, though.
I think he's probably
He
going to
is
do
the
just fine of a
least-
job.
The least Gambit-y actor that they could have picked for this.
Arnold.
Okay, not the least Gambit-y. That would actually, I would watch the shit out of
Oh,
that.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is yeah, I'd watch the shit out of that too. But
I actually
me if you want to live, mon cher.
Mon ami. I actually like the kind of if he would have had a thicker Creole accent. I actually kind of like the guy that they had for X-Men
I did
Origins.
too. That's what I've been saying. Is like that guy. It was a shitty movie. He didn't do a
Well-
shitty job. The movie was crap.
that whole movie was completely crappy. So
They gave Deadpool a second chance.
yeah,
Why not that guy? He was
because
a great
he
hero.
hasn't been campaigning for it for the last 14 years.
Yeah, there's that.
He was probably like, that sucked. I'm moving on.
Yeah.
Probably.
But yeah, and then Ryan Reynolds went on a fucking personal mission to like
Yeah.
redeem his character.
He's like, look, I'm Deadpool, basically, so let's do this not shitty. Yeah.
Anyway, should we go on the news?
Oh, yeah, that thing
Yeah.
we're here for.
Oh,
probably.
actually, speaking of one more thing about movies.
Speaking of segues, they're hard.
They're hard, yeah. But one more thing about movies I was happy to read. It looks like the remake of The Crow is now dead in the water again.
Yay!
Hey! I also saw Steven Spielberg hired his first actor for Ready Player One.
Yes.
Okay.
His lead character.
Yes, I'm very excited for this.
Percival. I don't know who it was, but
Percival. What's his guy's name again? You guys read that? You not read that? Oh, it's really good.
I have the book at home. I haven't read it yet. I haven't
I
started
borrowed it from Neighbor Guy and really need to buy my own copy because I would not mind reading it again. You guys should really read it. It's a really good book and it's just full of all the nerd feels
Okay.
and all the nerd video game references. It's great.
Okay.
You're not going to read it.
Totally not going to read it.
All right.
Bye.
This is... You guys just have to deal with my hat hair. That was getting too warm.
Your hair looks fine.
No, I need to get it cut, but I'm waiting to find out if we're doing St. Baldrick's before I do that. How's that going?
I'd love to.
Actually,
tell you.
she kind of looks like Sheldon Cooper at the moment.
First of all, screw you. Second of all, screw you. Third of all, thank you.
Okay.
That was a really weird
2 parts screw you, 1 part thank you.
Yeah.
We call that the Sheldon cocktail.
No, that would be. Oh, what does he always get? He always gets.
I don't
It's like
remember.
a Diet Coke and whatever the name is for a Diet Coke and something minus the whatever liquor. So it's basically just a Diet Coke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a. It's a. It's a
Virgin something.
a virgin rum and coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he calls it a cuter name than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I've watched the first 2 episodes of Fuller House.
And
No.
Holy Christ. So far, it's actually okay. They blew their entire nostalgic load, like, right in the first 15, 20 minutes.
well, they've
of
been
it.
holding it in for a really long
They
time
have.
in their defense.
They have.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was super sensitive by this
Yeah.
point.
The biggest creative blue balls, like, yeah.
Yeah, they do a full on jab at the Olsen twins, which was pretty funny. And fucking, oh god, the chick that plays as Jodie Sweetin,
Yeah.
smoking hot.
Okay.
Like I always thought, even as a kid,
She was, like, back then.
yeah, even
too.
as a kid, I was like, I would really like to hang out with her, and I guarantee you, she's probably gonna be really good looking when she gets older. And yeah, sure as shit.
I am most definitely not going to watch that show because I was so obsessed with it as a kid. I think that there's no way what they do could possibly live up to my kid brain version of how that show actually was. That makes sense? Like,
The weird thing is, they do it exactly like the show. It's like played as a staged sitcom. Like there's an audience laughing.
oh
in the
shit, really?
background.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait, maybe I will watch
You
that.
have
That's
to
fucking
watch
awesome.
it. It's like right out of 1992.
It's not going to ruin my childhood, is it?
No,
Okay.
they pick up literally like they never left the show.
Oh god, like how they did with X-Files?
Yes,
Where it's like,
exa-
they've been having adventures this whole time. We just didn't get to see them.
It's exactly how it is.
Which, by the way, giggity to more X-Files happening. Did you guys see that?
I saw that. Yeah, they've been petitioning for more episodes.
No, it's happening. He's already said it's happening.
Oh.
They just don't know when because all the actors have these crazy schedules they have to work with. So I suspect they're probably going to keep... Okay,
Doing
before
it
I go
miniseries
off
style.
on like a crazy X-Files nerd rant, I started watching that when it came out in 93. I was in 3rd grade. That was a very large part of my formative years. Like, it ended my senior year in high school. So... this is like my life, is X-Files. And like I do a biannual rewatch of it on Netflix. Like it's a big deal. And so the fact, I think that they're going to re-release it in little segments, kind of like what they did for this chunk. Like,
Do like little 6 episodes.
yeah, like we're totally getting more. They've said we're getting more. Everyone's super stoked about it. They all love working on the show. It's beautiful. They did a great job. Like people were complaining about how some of it was campy and some of it was silly and all this other stuff. I'm like, did you watch the original
I
show?
remember
Seriously?
The original one was pretty campy
Yeah.
and silly a lot
and
of
they
the time.
did, like, I remember when they were talking about bringing back X-Files, I was worried about, are they going to do Monster of the Week? Are they going to do underlying plot? What are they going to do? And they actually did a really good balance of it.
It was 50-50. Really.
Yeah, it was basically like the show was. Like, it was just like a little, like a cross-section of the show.
I like the episode, the Lizard Man episode.
Yes.
Where he kept, that was so
That
hilarious.
was amazing. If
When
you
they had
guys-
Reese Darby as the
Yeah, if
the
you guys
lizard dude.
haven't watched the new X-Files episodes yet, you totally should. It was amazing. Like there are a lot of people bitching about it on social media, but people will bitch about everything.
Yeah. Well, also remember, like, when it comes to people bitching about stuff, they are a loud minority.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are.
not the majority.
They super are, because like this was, I personally thought that they did a fantastic job. Like I've always, before they even talked about revisiting the X-Files, I've always said that it would be a totally different show if they had smartphones.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, how many times is Mulder like, hey, look, a monster. Oh, shit, Scully. And then he turns around, the monster's gone. You know? Click,
And now-
done. Yeah.
And now he's trying to get pictures, but can't figure out how to use his phone.
They addressed it. They're old now, so he was stupid with a cell phone. Like, it was perfect how they addressed that. How's your milkshake, buddy?
Oh,
All over
it's
your
all over his
mustache.
face.
You missed a spot.
You gotta, like,
Or as my dad says, saving it for later.
That's what mustaches are for.
Yeah, that's what my dad says.
the old cookie duster.
But yeah, so X-Files. Sorry, I can't believe I almost forgot to say something about X-Files.
It's okay. We're only more than 30 minutes into the show and we haven't gotten to the news yet.
Do you have someplace to go, Mike? Because you're really, like, Mr. Punctual today.
I'm always Mr. Punctual.
Yeah, I know. Dog.
Okay, news?
Who doesn't look terribly amused about his crown
No.
of flowers.
So we're in our usual location, and I got put in charge of updating the screensaver for the seasons, which means there's lots of adorable animals with flowers, and that one was a terrier with a dandelion crown.
Who looked none too happy about
He
that.
did not look pumped, yeah. That was the least excited I've ever seen a terrier, actually.
Yeah. Because I do have this hypothesis that Jack Russell Terriers are made of springs.
No, they are. They're Tigger. Yeah, it's true.
Yes.
I have a friend with tiny dogs, and it's yeah.
Let's do it!
Mike's
Oh
ready
my
to get
God,
into it.
Mike. Let it be organic.
Mike's been making butt grabby motions.
I'm not making butt grabby motions.
What was this?
That's not butt grabby.
Boob grab?
That is not how you grab
Boob
boobs.
grabby's like this.
Yeah, that is not how you grab boobs. As
Unless
a
they're
person
hanging
who both
really
has
low.
them and likes them,
My
like,
closest approximation to this is like Dragon Ball Z, where they're all like powering up and they're all
Oh. You're over 9,000 is
They
what
got
you're
their-
saying.
really, because it looked like you were grabbing butts. So I'm just going to call you Tina for the rest of the show.
Where the fuck did Tina come from?
Tina
Bob's
Belcher.
Burgers.
Bob's Burgers.
I haven't watched Bob's Burgers.
Really, she's obsessed with butts and
I
zombies.
know. I actually knew that, but
and
just-
she's,
I just
you know,
couldn't
at that
catch the
awkward
reference.
puberty age, which means she has weird dreams about zombies and or butts. It's really funny. That noise I make when I get really frustrated with you, that... apparently I make Tina noises when I get aggravated. I've been told.
Okay, ready?
No.
Eh.
Sorry. Yes. The look on your face was amazing.
Ready?
Yeah.
There you
Well,
You are out, my friend.
damn.
go.
Okay.
Got annihilated.
Oh shit,
Oh.
three-way tie. Okay, whoa.
Well,
Stop it! I'm out.
Okay, here we go. Hit.
Well,
Hiya! I win. Okay. Mine's just pretty funny. I enjoyed it. So, this one's coming from thenextweb.com, who's actually just basically kind of regurgitating something the news site Gawker already did. They're just kind of reporting.
It's a news aggregator.
Yeah. So,
I know words.
the title of this, just the title alone, just lets you know where this is going, which means I guess it's a good title.
That
title
means-
should be descriptive.
It's true. That's why people don't read news articles.
Gawker created a bot to trick Donald Trump into retweeting Mussolini.
Do you really think he needed to be tricked into that, though? That's
No.
my question.
So they create.
Remember, if Donald Trump wins the election, we should all get used to saying Chancellor Trump.
If Donald Trump wins the election, there's an island in Canada that is taking American refugees.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I really don't care how far north it is.
No, I would go live in fucking Antarctica before I would live under the Trump regime. Continue with your totally awesome story, Dustin.
In November of 2015, Gawker's Ashley Feinberg created a Twitter bot that posted quotes from the writings of and speeches of Benito Mussolini, the Italian dictator who created the Fascist Party. The bot's tweets were Mussolini quotes attributed to Donald Trump, the thinking being this guy will retweet anything as long as it sounds like praise for, well, himself. It currently doesn't hurt that Trump has had nearly 3 decades of media exposure and may not have written his own best-selling book, The Art of the Deal. After all, who can keep track of everything they've done in 30-plus year career? The bot has been responsible for such gems as now, mind you. So what this bot's doing is quoting, tagging Donald Trump in them, and then using the hashtag Make America Great Again. And then it says, so these are all direct quotes from Mussolini. We do not argue with those who disagree with us, we destroy them. Napoleon put a term to a revolution, whereas I have begun one. And we have buried the putrid corpse of liberty. After months of tweeting Benito Mussolini quotes falsely attributed to Donald Trump, today Trump finally took the bait. So, Donald Trump retweeted, "It is better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a sheep." So he quoted that. So they're actually making these sound like Trump quoted these, and
Yeah.
then Trump retweeted them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that.
That's
That's
okay.
what I got from it.
We should note the complete lack of attention to detail here by Trump. Gawker practically gave away the scam by using a photoshopped Mussolini bust with Trump's hair for the profile photo.
Do you really think that man knows who Mussolini is? Like,
no. And then there's the name itself, Il Dulce, which is the leader.
Yeah. Which was actually the term that Mussolini told people
Yep.
to use for him.
Which was how Mussolini was identified during World War II.
Trump's probably thinking, I like the sound of that.
But if you're thinking that Gawker trapped Trump into a gotcha moment, the Donald says that he knew the quote belonged to Mussolini all along. So here's his quote. He says, "Chuck, it's okay to know it's Mussolini. Look, Mussolini was Mussolini. It's okay too. It's a very good quote. It's a very interesting quote, and I know it. Trump said this morning on NBC's Meet the Press, I saw it, I saw what, and I know who said it. But what difference does it make whether it's Mussolini or somebody else? It's certainly a very interesting quote."
Well,
Says Orange Hitler.
yeah.
Orange.
Well, considering it was said by one of the people who caused World War II, killed hundreds of thousands of his native people because they did not agree with his politics or policies, I think there's a very good reason why, even though it's a, quote, interesting quote, it is not a good quote.
Can I ask you guys honestly, do you think that he's going to win? I'm trying to decide how much of it is the media sensationalizing it so much that it seems like he has more of a chance than he does. Because I know that they like to do that, cause controversy by...
I don't know. I actually heard on
trying
my...
to figure out how scared I need to be, basically.
I did hear an interesting quote from some conservative radio pundits today.
Yeah.
We can't let Trump take over our party.
Yeah. Do you think they'll give him the nomination? Because I feel like when somebody is this blatantly crazy, like...
Well, being this blatantly crazy gets you attention.
It does, but I think that it just seems like you should be able to... Like, there should be a step before you hit presidential status where people can be like, look, okay, we get it, it's a joke. No. Just no. Go home. Like, there should be, like, a veto that you can do where everybody just votes on whether or not...
Technically, that's our votes.
Yeah, but...
Who's the guy? There's Vermin. Who's the dude that wears like the boot on his head? Who's been running for like the last 40 years?
I would vote for that guy over Donald Trump.
I don't know.
He's kind of a lunatic, but he's been running for president for like the last 40 years, and he like wears a giant rubber like rain boot on his head, and he's like got a full beard. Like he looks like a homeless wizard. Like I don't know how to.
Sounds like a more viable candidate than Trump.
Yeah, it really does.
I gotta look
His
this guy
foreign
up.
policy would probably be a lot more successful. Other countries are threatening to like kick us out of the club if we elect him.
The guy goes by Vermin Supreme.
I mean, that could be Trump's new title if he does.
Yeah.
Vermin Supreme.
He's a performance artist and activist who has run as a candidate in various local, state, and national elections in the United States. Supreme is known for wearing a boot as a hat and carrying a large toothbrush, and has said that if elected...
Oh, yeah, I've seen this guy before.
Boots and hats and boots and hats.
and has said that if he is elected president of the United States, he will pass a law requiring people to brush their teeth. He also campaigned in 2012 on a platform of zombie apocalypse awareness and time travel research.
Whoa, wait, okay, this guy's actually starting to sound like the candidate for me.
and promised a free pony to every American.
Dude, why is he not getting more attention? I mean, come on, zombie awareness. Ponies?
In 2011, he participated in the Occupy Boston protests. He is the subject of the 2014 documentary Who is Vermin Supreme? An Outsider Odyssey, which follows his 2012 campaign and explores his life as an activist and political prankster.
I am looking up this documentary and adding it to my queue. Who is Vermin Supreme?
Yep.
Vermin spelled the usual way?
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's that guy.
This guy sounds amazing. And
Sounds like a much more viable candidate than
like,
Trump.
I would so much rather getting, like, that kind of crazy getting attention for, like, hey, brush your teeth, kids. Oh, look out for zombies. Ponies for everyone. Like, that's not more crazy than Donald Trump. It's not. Like, their craziness level is the same, but this guy's positive, and Trump is
Trump.
Darth Trump. Like, it's...
Oh,
Hey,
did,
don't give the Sith a bad name like that.
Sorry.
well, did you see my repost about the Imperial March being played in like a minor key?
It was
Major,
the major key.
It's
Major
already
key?
a minor key.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, you know what I mean.
Way to not
But,
know music.
I don't know music at all. But anyway, it sounds like far more cheery, and I just reposted it saying this needs to be Donald Trump's campaign music.
No.
No, don't let him ruin that.
Well, I mean, for the alternate one.
I was reading music before I was reading words. I'm just saying.
You music hipster.
Yes.
I think that is just hipster. I think they're mostly about being snotty about music first.
That would be if I said I was reading music before it was cool. But it's never been cool, so that applies to literally
And
everyone
then
who
playing
can read
music with a ukulele.
I have a ukulele.
I know.
Fuck yourself.
I don't understand the modern obsession with the ukulele. They sound stupid.
Katie
Honestly,
has
I just
one
like
too.
having a small portable instrument. And mine's Tardis Blue, so badass. Amanda Palmer covered Radiohead on the ukulele. Have you listened to this album?
No.
It's actually really good. It's impossible to not be happy when you hear Creep on the ukulele. Like, it's so depressing and it just makes you smile. Yeah.
Alrighty.
You don't even know, man.
Don't even know. Anyway, that's my news.
Yes.
Trolling Trump.
Yep.
Who is a troll himself, so it's fitting.
Yep.
Sorry, that man actually scares me quite a bit.
Yeah.
My brother is of the mentality that the more we talk about him, the more power we give him. Which is a valid point, but I also think it's important to talk about.
Yeah.
Because it's not like he's going to go away if we ignore him, you know? He's a very scary man.
So what was that band's name? 30 Seconds to Mars?
Yes.
Yes. Well, turns out 30 Minutes to Mars might become a reality.
Yes.
Nice segue, buddy. That was
Yeah.
good. I liked that.
That was not the... Of course, I don't know how you came up with 30 Seconds to Mars, though, but...
We were talking music.
Oh.
You
Guess
were
that's
talking
true.
music.
Yeah, but they don't play ukuleles.
Also, that bird is wearing a yarmulke.
L'chaim!
Chaim!
Did you see it?
I
It's
did.
totally a yarmulke bird. Okay.
All right, so...
It hoards all the seeds. Like it
God damn it, you fucking racist. Continue, Mike.
and it's really good at accounting.
Stop! Jesus.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. That's the problem. You need to be put in timeout. Mike, tell us your story, please. And also, could you kick Dustin under the table while you're there?
No.
Got
Don't.
the thing in the way. All right. You win this round. So, NASA's Innovative Advanced Concepts Program, which is like a really, really cool program, by the way. They have been working with these ideas of alternate forms of propulsion.
Like the wind, like the solar sail.
Basically, yeah.
That's Bill Nye thing. Makes me happy.
It's also a really
Yeah.
good set
So,
of
like,
audiobooks.
Yeah, there's the solar cell, there's
the solar clippers.
theoretical
Okay.
warp drives and different propulsions like that they've been working with.
What warp
So-
factor are they looking at?
This guy, let's see,
At least
Philip
one.
Lubin from the University of
Wait,
California.
what in?
Philip Lubin, Lubin.
Yeah, no,
Lubin
that's
what?
You know, it's silly. Okay, continue.
So,
Sorry. We just
University
made fun of a
California
scientist, now
at
we're
Santa
going to hell.
Barbara's Experimental Cosmology Group explained the idea last year. It was picked up again for a video on a NASA 360 channel titled Going Interstellar.
I watched that channel.
Okay. So, basically the idea is we could propel a 220-pound robotic craft to Mars within a few days. Where's the details at? You gotta find it. There it is. Okay. So basically, what the idea is they have a laser sail. So they have a laser in Earth orbit. The example they're giving here is a I just saw the gigawatts. 10 gigawatts. Yes.
That's not the number I was hoping you were going to say of gigawatts.
1.21 is not enough.
10 gigawatt laser in Earth orbit.
Or maybe it's 1.21 gigawatts for every 10 gigawatts.
Gigawatty.
Anyway, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So they have the laser in orbit. It targets the sail on the spacecraft, and then uses that to propel the spacecraft.
I'm assuming the sail would need to be made of something that's resistant to the
To lasers.
lasers.
Yes.
Laser resistance.
Yeah, so this would be it's a direct energy system for targeting of asteroids and exploration.
So basically, it'd be like that water balloon game at carnivals where you just like shoot the water gun at the thing and the balloon fills up, and your guy moves, but in space
Da.
with lasers.
Yeah, so basically, it's just they use the high-powered laser to propel it's effectively a solar sail. It's just they call it a laser sail in the story.
Does anybody else think that this will never happen because some politician's going to be like, they're going to turn that thing towards Earth and shoot somebody with it?
Well, here's my thing: is if
No, I'm more worried about the politicians wanting to do that
Yeah.
with the laser.
It's like, hey, can you militarize that before we throw it up there?
also it really limits what they're able to send, doesn't it? Would you say 220 pounds or something like that?
Yeah, that was an example of like
Yeah.
a 220-pound unmanned vessel.
Yeah.
For example, for
I'm
a
curious how they would
full
use this.
scale, you would need like a 50, 70 gigawatt laser propulsion, device.
Yeah.
For what they called a wafer scale spacecraft with a 1 meter sail, that's about, you could get approximately 26% light speed in about 10 minutes. So that would mean that you could make it to Mars, from Earth to Mars, in 30 minutes.
But if it has to be wafer thin, though, I'm specifically wondering what it is they would be able to send that would be of use. It is super interesting, and I'm excited to see what they do with it. I'm just curious how it's something useful. I mean, I guess like you could send solar panels, and
Well,
probably not actually debris and shit would break them. But
initially, you're talking like, obviously unmanned
Yeah.
spacecraft to explore.
but it's still it's
besides
wafer thin.
Being able to get to Mars in a 30-second or a 30-minute time frame. I got this fancy.
Which is awesome.
Can
but
they
what,
land on
so you
Mars
could
in
get-
30 minutes? Because that would be a really horrible punch to the planet. 220 pounds of just steel.
oh yeah,
So
shit.
that's the other thing too. Is
They'd
it
have
would
to figure out how
be
to slow it
unmanned.
down.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the only way to slow it down is to have a laser on the other end to slow it down. So in order to have this set up for a
the
craft that
lasers.
could actually carry people, you would have to have two lasers, one from Earth and one at
Oh
Mars.
god, and you would have to perfect the slowing down of that thing because
Yeah. Well,
because you
it's
can you
just-
imagine
almost-
the
You would
whiplash?
accelerate halfway, you decelerate the other half.
It's almost the same system, because Mason was talking about electric railroads on our last podcast that we recorded about the electric line that goes across the top of, and how Japan has that really efficient. It'd be like the same thing, but with lasers. You just have two lasers going the same way at the same time, and then they can propel which one based on how much wattage is used.
So in theory, they'd be building a conventional spacecraft to Mars with the actual laser system there to slow down the package. And then so you launch it from Earth with one laser, it gets halfway, that laser turns off, the other laser turns on, and begins the deceleration.
Okay.
And that actually wouldn't be too hard to do
No.
on that end.
Interesting.
Hypothetically speaking.
Yeah. So with this type of system, you could pass Voyager 1 in less than 3 days. You'd pass 1,000 astronomical units in 12 days and reach Alpha Centauri in about 15 years.
Wow.
Now,
You're going to need a lot bigger spacecraft, though.
the really cool thing about this, though, is that the
I guess if we
technology
wanted to
here-
send a drone out there.
Yeah, they're talking
Well,
about
yeah, that's what
unmanned.
I'm talking about, like unmanned
Okay.
drones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not talking about sending people to Alpha Centauri without knowing what's over there.
Good luck, fuckers.
Peace out, bitches!
I've seen some
Hopefully
stuff
there's a
about-
habitable planet. Bye!
Also, we don't have a laser over there to slow you down. Sorry.
Watch out for planets.
Yeah, but the idea there would be they'd send the craft over, and it would have a laser that would basically a laser to shoot back the data.
Right.
So that way we, don't have to wait for thousands of years for the signal to get to us. So, yeah, I mean, if we're talking Alpha Centauri, that's a long-term thing. We send a craft out, and it transmits data with the laser back to us.
That's
and,
sort of a look what I can do situation.
we spend 15 years getting it out there, and then I forget how many AUs exactly Alpha Centauri is, but
Long ass way.
yeah, it's a long ass way. So it would take a few years for the signal to get back to us when it's.
So
once
could
it
they
gets there.
get with a there's no way, but maybe hypothetically speaking, could they get a solar sail to travel at light speed with laser, or near it?
Near.
near? That's what they're talking
Because
about.
it's being pushed by light.
because we're talking
Yeah.
like
So,
30% of light speed.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, and like that's pretty extreme.
so it'd be like 15 years to get there, 5 years to send a signal back.
Yeah, it's about right.
That's still
So 20 years
impressive.
before we start getting data back, that's
from
within our lifetime.
another solar system.
Yeah,
That's if they do it now.
yeah, that's if. They do it. But the thing about this technology is, it is technology that is available now. We have this technology,
Oh yeah, Bill Nye's proven it already.
so that's the
Fuck
thing
the
that's
rest
the
of
most
his
exciting
team.
about
It's
it.
Bill Nye.
Yeah.
We know who it is.
Yeah. So this isn't science fiction. It is possible.
Science
we can
fact.
build this.
Say science fact.
Now, granted, it might take us.
He didn't say science fact.
I don't care about that. Yeah. Okay.
It's science.
It's science.
They blinded
We
me
love
with it.
science.
They are talking about lasers. So
Yeah.
that's a thing that can happen.
Yeah.
Like in that movie,
But,
Real Science, where they turn the laser back on the house and it blows the house up with popcorn.
Yeah.
Go
so-
Val Kilmer.
yeah.
No.
I don't know. I think in theory, maybe they could have, something other than probes go at some point. Especially if you're talking like the full scale one they were talking about. But yeah, I guess the main problem being how do you decelerate once you get out there. So that's something that would have to figure out.
Probably need to resolve that. Yeah.
When you're doing a conventional deceleration, you'd have to you'd accelerate it for like a day, and you'd spend the rest of the 15 years trying to decelerate it, or that's a pretty big hurdle.
Yeah.
But for an unmanned probe, yeah, send it out there, we get data back, and it's done. We're good.
It'd be funny if it smashed into a planet before it could send anything back.
That would not be funny at all. That would be terrible. What's wrong with you?
Just send it right into the sun so it doesn't. Aww.
Well, another thing to mention on the article is,
Another Manette.
within like a 25 light year radius of us, there's actually quite a few exoplanets that have been discovered.
Oh shit! This would be a really good way to check
Yeah.
them out.
So this would be a way we could,
Send
yeah,
sensors.
send
and
probes
stuff.
out to all of these different systems to send back data from
Let's go
them.
check out all those Earth-like planets, yo.
Yep.
Yeah, and I would imagine that because it's going to be going through space, it's just basically using the laser to accelerate the package, and then once you have accelerated, then you don't need a laser on it anymore because you
Right.
don't need a constant propulsion.
Yeah.
So you could use the laser in orbit to launch that, probe out that way, and then you do another probe off in this direction, and you do another probe off in this direction, and you're just getting them started.
I'm also
Because once
thinking
they're up to speed,
Yeah.
they're going to
That-
keep going.
that. I'm guessing it'll have solar chargers on it because
No, it would be awfully hard to steer them too. Is my thing is
Oh, there is no steering.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of debris in space.
because and a laser with that much power that would drain a battery like that.
Or accidentally shoot a planet.
So I'm guessing they would have to have solar panels on it.
Make sure we have our Don't have our wires crossing
Nuclear
if we're
fusion
using
plant.
metric
Yeah.
or
Imperial.
Yeah.
Got to spend a year in orbit before it gets enough charge to
Shoot another
launch
one.
another one.
Yeah.
Who knows?
interesting.
It's all technical details they need to work out, obviously, but definitely doable.
Sounds good on paper. We'll see what happens when they actually send it out.
So, yay, space.
Yay, space!
The final frontier.
Spend 30 minutes to get to Mars and go have lunch. I like it.
Martian potatoes.
Martian O's pizza in 30 minutes or less.
I was
Martian
making,
Nose Pizza.
I was making it the Martian reference.
Little Martian's Pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Yeah.
Except for I'd never eat it because it's like little sleazers.
Sleazers.
It's like the worst
So I think,
pizza ever.
I think I might, if I do get around to doing a sci-fi story thing, either a comic or an actual story, I might actually use that in my story now. So
Yeah.
I have basically laser propulsion devices that are in orbit around Earth and Mars and Jupiter and Saturn and
I mean,
all
wouldn't
these
you say
locations.
pizza's wafer thin?
Only from New York.
Ah.
Ah.
But I gotta say, I like some New York. I love some good New York pizza. So
You could send Martian explorers Guidos, like the people that we send to Mars that are going to die there ultimately. We could just send them pizzas.
yeah.
Oh, I thought maybe we could just send them greasy Italian people. Like,
What is it with you and the racism tonight?
Why are you racist today?
that's not what I. Well, I'm thinking the
Just
Jersey
stop.
Jersey
Please just
Shore
stop.
jerks.
Please just stop.
Sorry,
I don't-
Please. That
That's
didn't
not.
make it better.
That totally. You know, it's funny.
Stop.
I realized that came out
Please
wrong,
stop.
but that's not what I was thinking.
Please
like,
just stop. You're just making it
just
worse.
launch some like, just Jersey Shore,
They're
just
not
giving their
wafer thin.
people a bad
They are
name
not wafer
type.
thin.
No, they are not. They're,
Except for in the brains.
yes.
But who would want
I'm
to
sorry for the accidental racism. That's not what I
again?
meant.
So Mason, what's your news?
Well,
Sorry. I love you Italians and all your food and your
Stop.
good family.
Stop! Dude. Button it.
I love everybody.
I will.
Dustin.
Dustin, I will take that. I will take that piercing in your lip and put it through the top one if I need to get you to shut up.
That would be really efficient.
It would.
Just stop. You're doing that thing where people say, "I'm not racist, but
I
insert
know, I
racist
know, I
thing
know.
here."
I'll just end it. I'm sorry.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
was
So Mason,
unintentional.
your news. If
So
you're done cringing on the inside.
I'm not, but I'll try to persevere anyway. Let's see what Dusty can do with this one.
No. Don't.
So, you know how there's those wacky guys out there called the North Koreans, right? Everybody.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you calling all North Koreans wacky? Because who's racist now?
Well, I'm calling their political and
Their leadership.
I'm calling their political and military policies wacky.
Which,
Okay.
I mean, honestly, they could call us wacky too. Look at Donald Trump. The end. Okay.
That's true. I mean, even Britain's like, he's not coming to this country if he's
Yeah.
voted president.
Yeah. But so they have allegedly tested an atomic weapon.
You know the thing that your news is going to be, and it makes me really happy, and I knew this was going to be your news.
This isn't my only news.
Yeah,
This is the short one.
It's okay.
So yeah,
Masonist news ever.
the South Korean government has decided that they need to spread Hallyu to their northern neighbors a little more quickly than the traditional routes. And so they are now they have set up massive banks of PA speakers.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
It's an audio podcast. Nobody saw what you just did.
I know.
But yeah, we're talking like, the big speakers that they use at concerts. That is one small piece of the stack South Korea has currently set up facing the north.
At the border.
At the border. Or at least at the border of the DMZ. And they are now playing K-pop 24/7. Of course, they're playing one song, Bang 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 by EXO, the whole time.
Which, by the way, I listened to a Radio Lab on Friday, and it was all about, like, K-pop and how it started, and you should listen to it. It's pretty good. It's like 30 minutes. It's
Radio Lab from NPR?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, so South Korea is
Or
as now,
NWIC.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
so South Korea has now decided that instead of trying to beat North Korea with economics and military power, they're just gonna
Annoy
Annoy
the shit out
annoy
of
the
them.
shit out of them by playing
We
one
will
song
get them with
over
earworms.
and over again. Yeah, and Bang 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 is a horrible earworm.
And isn't
So-
North Korea actually getting really pissed about this?
Oh, the government's
Yeah.
getting livid
Yeah.
about it. Probably more so not for the fact that, that, like I said, Bang 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 is a horrible earworm.
Nobody's taking them seriously because
Well,
they're
it's
getting-
that, okay, no one's taking North
Yeah.
Korea seriously. And B, North Korean people are being exposed to outside media.
Well, and not to mention, I love the fact that I don't know if it's an intentional metaphor or not, but if they were accused of testing nuclear weapons, the song is Bang Bang Bang.
Yeah, no, that was intentional.
it's-
That was totally intentional.
Yeah.
That's why it's the only song they're playing.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Right? First of all, I want to know whose idea this was. I would like to see the presentation they gave that got this project funded.
And I would
then
like
I would
to
like
see-
to shake their hands because,
And I would put them on my Christmas card list.
yeah,
Even though they may not necessarily celebrate Christmas. Don't
Yeah.
care. You need a Christmas card.
happy holidays, I love
Did you just
you.
get him a Lunar New Year card?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Kind of
Yeah.
related to the text message I sent you earlier.
You want to
The
elaborate
funk
for the rest of the class?
The what?
The funk bomb.
Oh, yes.
That's now
Evidently,
we're just-
Mike has detonated the funk bomb. Just letting y'all know.
That's not a mushroom cloud. That's the Afro cloud.
What is with the accent and racism on that
I don't
show? What the
know.
fuck is happening? Can we unplug their mics?
We could, yes.
Oh, we could have the Mason and Nikki show.
That would be awesome.
It'd be so
Aw.
good. Just talk about bananas.
Yeah.
I started talking to Ange about why banana flavoring doesn't taste like bananas, and I saw her eyes glaze over. It was amazing. She's like, "You know a lot about bananas for someone who doesn't like them." I'm like, "Yeah, I appreciate them genetically.
Well, that and they're like a staple food for most of the world.
They're fascinating from a science standpoint. I just don't like their texture."
Okay.
Yeah,
My
So-
wife likes them greener than I.
that's
than
how
do.
I am.
Your
Yeah.
wife is gross.
You're gross.
Dude, I'm with you.
I buy them, and as soon as they stop being green on the ends, they sit on the counter until the roommate turns them into delicious banana bread.
Let's say because
Works out really well.
Bananas aren't actually ripe until they
I know.
have some brown spots.
We've had this conversation. They're also not gross until they have some brown spots.
They're also awesome when they have brown spots.
No.
So they become like 40% brown or more that it starts to become scary.
Yeah. They should be about 20% brown spots.
Or they should be green on the ends and then eventually get turned into banana bread.
See, the problem is that I'm all for letting them go to banana bread levels too,
But,
because I love me some banana bread.
but see, that just means there's a banana for everybody. And take that as you will. Because that's what she said.
I don't understand what just happened. Or what that noise is I'm hearing.
It must be a plane.
The noise sounds like
Helicopter.
no.
It sounds like a lawnmower.
Yeah, it's a lawnmower.
Who the fuck is mowing their lawn? It is pitch black outside.
Technically, the noise ordinance doesn't happen until 10 and it's only 9 o'clock.
Yeah, but how well can you see to mow your lawn when it's dark out? Well, somebody's doing a shitty job. Somebody's kid probably got in trouble for doing something stupid.
Go mow the lawn. But Dad, it's dark. I don't give a fuck.
But I have school tomorrow. Whose fault is that? Yours for having me.
Is it weird? Does it just sound louder through the microphone?
Yeah, no, it.
It does. So anyway,
Yeah. Professional studio at this place.
that's right.
Spared no expense except all of them.
So I don't even know if I want to do my other news because it's about anthropology and that gives them a chance to be more accidentally racist.
Is it accidentally at this point if it's
I don't
happened this
know.
many times? You guys, come on.
So,
Dustin looks pleased with himself. He's gonna say things.
Nice. I make no guarantees.
I know. I can tell by the laugh.
So, it has now been basically officially figured out, like, all scientifically and shit with, like, the genetics and stuff,
Nice.
that various Native American groups, the ones that they specifically studied for this one were the Aztecs, Incas, and Iroquois, who, yes, technically the Aztecs and the Incas no longer exist, but their descendants do, are actually closely related to the peoples of the Altai region of Siberia, which is a region of Siberia that borders Mongolia and China, to give kind of where it is in the world.
Didn't they also just figure out that humans boinked Neanderthals way longer than they thought that they did?
I don't know. Okay, I've known about that for years.
Well,
so
you have access to information the general public does not.
yes, but yeah. Other note: humans and Neanderthals boinked a lot.
And that's the scientific term?
Boinked.
Boinked,
Boinked.
yes. That is the scientific term for it. And
I want you to write a paper and use that word.
Which, knowing...
that is why your average Caucasian or Asian person has around 3 to 6% Neanderthal DNA, whereas people of purely African descent have none.
Because we were getting freaky with the locals.
Yep. That's because there's two things humans do really well: kill and fuck. And if you weren't going to kill him, you're going to fuck him. If you weren't going to fuck him, you're going to kill him. So,
If you weren't going to do either, you kind of just ignored them.
Sometimes both. Like GTA style.
So, yeah.
There was nothing racist about that.
No,
that was just...
it was just gross.
No, just judging. We're just judging.
It was just
okay.
gross.
Yes.
So, Mason, your news.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yes. This... they used 25,000 DNA samples for the Russian side of this. They did use 25,000 samples from 90 different nationalities in Russia and neighboring countries such as Siberia and China.
Insert joke about anti-vaxxers sample size here.
Yes. And so basically, they aren't saying that there was a land bridge or not from Siberia to Alaska, as they are modernly known, across the Bering Strait, but it is definite that humans traveled.
They used the Bering Fabulous. Sorry, it was really funny in my head.
Okay, I'm
like Rainbow Bridge shit going on.
Oh, okay.
just Mongols snapping their fingers across the...
Mason's not appreciating this. Sorry, buddy. Continue.
So yeah,
Fuck all y'all. I'm going to this North American. Not that they knew it as North America at the time.
yeah.
I'm gonna go hang out with these guys. They look fabulous.
But yeah, but due to this study, they have now proven that the peoples all across the United States, as I prefer the term from Canada, First Peoples, because there are no Native Americans. There's no human genetically developed in America. We're all transplants from Africa. So the first peoples of America, meaning that they showed up before all of us white folk did, from Alaska all the way down to Tierra del Fuego, are all related to the Altai Siberians.
Neat.
So yeah, pretty much some cool awesomeness of genetic sciences there.
And they didn't make a single racist comment that whole story.
I know, I'm so proud of them.
Really proud of you guys.
They're proud of us.
They're growing up before our eyes.
I
Mason.
know.
They get so big so fast.
Just remember, I did make a GTA joke in there, though.
I was so proud of you. Why'd you have to ruin it?
Because he needed to remind us he's still a man-child.
Oh, there's no reminder.
All right, so Nikki.
So me.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!
I had it pulled up, then my phone locked. Sorry. So, super long. What does it stand for? It doesn't tell
Wow.
me. Shut up. So science, man. I dig it. You dig it.
I dig it.
We all dig it. Science in space. The Apex Telescope Large Area Survey of the Galaxy has been completed, and they created a super high resolution giant map
Yes.
of our known galaxy, and it is available for you to look at online. That's really, like, this is a really long article, but that's pretty
Go
much
check
the
it out,
extent.
bitches.
Yeah, like, go look at it. I'm going to take some screenshots of this because it's fucking massive and beautiful. And
And it needs to be a mural on my wall.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
So basically, they took images at different frequencies and kind of layered them together.
Yeah.
And it's gorgeous. So that's pretty much it. Like, there's
That's
a whole bunch of gibberish and anagrams in here. Not anagrams. What the fuck am I thinking of? Like how NASA stands
Herpaderp.
for. Yeah, herpaderps. FBI, CIA. What are all those words? They're all short for things. What's the word for that?
Because you said anagram, now I can't think of it.
Yeah.
I fucking ruined it.
Acronym.
Acronyms.
Jesus, thank you, Mike.
You can just feel like the pressure in our brains all release at once.
I know, it was amazing.
Thank you, Mike.
It's just
I would have gone
full
home.
of acronyms and stuff that I don't fully understand because science. But
Because not astrophysicists.
yeah, not
Go-
astrophysicists, just astro-appreciativist.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go for the pretties, stay for the education.
Yes. Gloss over the education, probably, if you're like me. There's a lot of stuff I don't understand in here, but
That's why you look it up.
yeah, I know. I just haven't had a chance to.
Astrophilia?
No, I don't
No,
want to fuck
Mike.
space. Mike.
Yeah,
I
you can go put your
don't
penis in
wanna
a
fuck
black
space.
hole.
Would it
Well-
stretch out and get bigger? How would that work?
It would-
Or it would flatten into nothingness. One of the two.
Is that a risk you're willing to take, Mike?
Both at the same time.
That's
There
not
is
a good
also
thing.
that possibility with a black hole, yes.
Schrodinger's Wang.
Yeah.
just
So if you put your dick in a box.
Dick in a box, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to go with.
Oh,
It both exists and doesn't exist until somebody sees it or doesn't see it.
Penis.
My boner both does and does not exist. Care to find out which one? You may or may not have a great night ahead of you. Or I may cry myself to sleep. I don't know.
Schrodinger's Wang.
Oh. I really want to take a dick in the box picture and like put that as the caption and have it be a t-shirt.
Nobody's stopping you, Nikki.
I wouldn't wear it. Would you guys? Wear a
I
Schrodinger's
wouldn't wear
Wang
it to work.
Yeah.
shirt? Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, I'd wear it.
Okay. I may have to figure this out because that's genius. She says modestly.
Oh, mercy.
So anyway, giant ass high resolution
It's
picture of
Super
space.
pretty. Lots of purple, blue.
Yes.
Pretty pictures.
Purples, blues. Print that shit out in blacklight ink and like
And you get some hippies around
I
it.
just want a galaxy
fucking-
tattooed on
Just
me.
put it on your walls and your ceiling. Light up like 4 or 5 black lights around the room, and just blaze.
I just had a really amazing idea though. UV responsive tattooing. Do a galaxy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be absolutely amazing?
I feel like I've seen something like that before.
No, you
Maybe
haven't
not.
because it's my idea and I just had it and shut up.
I know someone
Erica
who
did a really cool like universe like mural on somebody's arm that was really cool looking.
but it wasn't UV.
blacklight.
Yeah. I have seen UV reactive scaling done before and UV reactive like leopard prints.
And like white tattoos.
Yeah.
Like ones that you don't really see until you're like right up on them and they'll light up under
Yeah.
blacklight.
Yeah.
I just want another tattoo.
Yeah.
That's all.
I want a tattoo.
I've decided I'm going to
Right.
get a Star Wars half sleeve
Okay.
because
Just a half sleeve?
I don't want to go full sleeve because then I can't hide it from my family's disapproving glances.
Oh.
Oh, I care what people think.
I just said because tattoos are like
Beautiful and
Show
amazing and
the
art you
world.
can wear. Yeah. Yeah. I actually did have a stranger compliment my Sandman tattoo for the first time. That was really exciting.
Nice.
I'm like, why is this person behind me in line staring at my leg? It was really freaking me out. I was starting to get a complex. Like,
Did you forget that you had a tattoo on your leg?
Well, no.
Okay.
But, like, just strangers staring at your calves is just a weird thing. So, yeah. I have a Sandman tattoo. It's no big deal.
Nikki.
What?
You should just get the full sleeve.
I don't want the full sleeve, though. They're also expensive.
And then you just tell your parents why
You
you
just
you just wear long sleeves.
go to your parents wearing shorts and a tank top, walk in the door and go,
Like,
deal with it.
This is who I am, bitches.
Do you guys really see me doing something like
No.
that?
No.
Like, you know me better than that.
But if you did, that would be awesome.
It would be awesome. Life goals. Probably not going to happen.
We would
remember-
videotape it for you for memento.
I remember when...
And this is the last time Nikki was allowed to talk to her family.
I remember when I was getting ready to come out to my parents, Verna had the idea that we were going to do an interpretive dance.
Interpretive dance is never the answer.
I know, but
I'm just gonna. I don't care what the answer is. Interpretive dance isn't it.
But she was going to interpretive dance to what I was telling them, and we were
Kind
going
of like a sign language person on the sidelines.
Yeah, only she wouldn't be clarifying anything for anyone. It was just a joke that made me feel better about myself.
Yeah, exactly.
That was not the interpretive dance.
Yeah.
It was more abstract than what Mason just did that you guys couldn't see, and that's probably good.
Yeah.
So anyway,
But
That's
at least
our-
we can all agree that everybody in the room appreciates vagina.
Amen.
it's true.
Yeah.
And the people attached to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moment of silence.
For vaginas?
I
No,
don't-
there's plenty of them around. It's not like there's a death sentence on them or
What was
anything.
the funny thing that you said about ovaries? I can't remember what it was. Like, ovaries over there or something. It was alliteration, and it
don't
was
know.
really clever, and I don't remember what it was now. He said just something really funny.
You said something like she doesn't have the balls, and then I rolled it over into no, she doesn't have the labia or something like that.
Yeah,
like you get your ovaries over there or something like
It was.
that.
He said it really sassy. It was
Yeah,
really funny.
it was funny, but yeah. Then you said something about lady balls.
Chesticles, I
Chesticles.
believe, were my words.
So lady balls and chesticles is how we're ending the show, apparently.
You expected anything less?
No, I
Or
like
more,
that
I guess.
One. That was a good one. That's a good one to end on.
Okay. As long as they're not hairy chesticles.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Just when you thought I couldn't bring it down anymore. You're welcome, Internet.
to recap, we've had accidental racism on this show.
Oh, no!
GTA references and hairy
We
chesticles.
should probably burn this episode onto a CD and then break it into pieces.
as a symbolism of our regret.
And then hit delete.
All right. Well, that was our new show for the week.
We're sorry.
Jesus. Don't apologize for our art, Nikki.
That was not art. That was hairy chesticles and racism.
I am not proud to be part of this right now.
All right.
Long
well,
week. I don't know.
for the Nerd Effect News Show.
Nerdinect.
For the Nerd Effect News Show, we have been
Michael Morgan.
Mason, I'm filled with regret, Ireland.
Nikki, that tastes like shame, Prindle.
and Dustin, the accidental racist Vancouver.
Oh no. That's gonna be your handle now.
We'll catch you guys on the flip side.